But hold on to your hats. Nobody thinks it's going to go that far. Oh, there he goes. He's just going to pull his way in. Those rights to the body. Left jab, right to the heart.
Quickly want to point out, first fight for Michael Jack Johnson in 2 years.
I'm glad you pointed it out because down he goes. The left hook just buried him, dug him in the ribs.
I think it was a left and a right.
Johnson went goodbye. That left hook just caught him and sent him right to the canvas.
23-pound weight advantage, and he put it all there.
The right to the head, and it's all over.
Attempts to use that advantage in height and reach.
Amato, of course. Right hand by Tyson. Oh, my. First punch he threw.
What took him so long?
Eddie Richardson, looking at the referee, is in much disbelief as we are.
Eddie Richardson said he was going to go after him and test him, and he may have made a very serious error in strategy right there.
Tyson is a little icebox rather than a refrigerator, yeah. I'll tell you what.
Well, he has a 19 3/4 inch neck, which is approximately the size of actress Shelley Duvall's waist.
And you certainly see the punching power in Tyson.
One of the real rising stars in the boxing galaxy today, Mike Tyson, a fellow for whom everybody predicts a great future. If they can find some fights for him.
That left hand almost drove Richardson right through the canvas.
He not only knocked him down, but he absolutely carried him through the air.
And it's becoming a world-class man. Don't blink. This is round number 1.
That's the word to use, Ken. I don't think there's going to be too much of a feeling out process, so to speak, in this fight. Tyson is noted for his very vicious quick starts, and he has set the pace right from the word go.
Mike Tyson is a finisher. He's established that early in his career.
He started the fight off with some wicked right punches and left hooks to the body, which seems to be his trademark. People have compared his punching power to guys like George Foreman and Joe Frazier, saying he punches the same, but he's so much faster.
It could be over early. As we pointed out, 12 of his 16 pro fights have ended in the very first round. Tyson's longest fight, a 4th-round KO of Don Halpin in his 3rd pro fight. Remember, he's been a pro for only 11 months.
Yeah, Ken, he has a long road ahead of him. He is a young, strong kid. He does, as they say, have a lot to learn, but he's got plenty of time.
Round number 1.
Jamison is doing what I think he has to do, and that's keep on the move, keep Tyson off balance, and don't lay on those ropes and let him get set up for those wicked punches he throws. He's connecting very well, though, with some good body shots, hard body shots. Jamison's tying him up pretty effectively, tying those punches up in close, not allowing Tyson to get off of these punches.
Mike Jamison in the green. You look at him, he's done what a lot of fighters have been unable to do against Mike Tyson. He's lasted 1 minute and 45 seconds.
Jamison's hands seem to be dropping rather fast, though. He's a little bit concerned about those hard body punches, and as you see now, both his hands are down by chest level, and that's just the opening I think Tyson's waiting for.
Tyson fought just 13 days ago, and he had a first-round knockout of Dave Jacko. His next fight, February 16th against Carl the Truth Williams in Troy, New York. And that really will be the first big test for Mike Tyson. This is the first round. He's trying to finish off Mike Jamison.
Tyson connected with a good right hand there, and he immediately come back with a good left hook to the body. That's a very good sign that this young fighter is learning what his trainers are telling him. Don't go head hunting. When you connect with that head punch, go right to the body.
Jamison now within 15 seconds of surviving the first round. Will he survive? We'll stay here at the end of round number 1. Mike Tyson in the black trunks figures to be the next heavyweight champion of the world.
Tyson,
he's after him. And that's the end of round number 1. Mike Jamison will tell his grandchildren he survived a round against Mike Tyson. Set now for round number 2. Mike Tyson takes a quick left from Jamison.
Yeah, Jamison, I think his corners told him, hey man, you've got the reach, why don't you use it? Get that left jab out and keep this little guy off you.
Here comes Tyson. Jamison battling back right above us here in Atlantic City. Ooh, a right connects to Tyson. One thing about Tyson, he has really not been tested in his career.
A lot of the, so to speak, boxing experts are wondering now what happens when this young kid who can punch so hard hits someone and they're still standing there and comes back and hits them back. Is he going to be discouraged or what? This is what experience will tell. Everybody's yet to find this out. Approaching the 1 minute mark in the second round.
Of course, we say Tyson hasn't been tested, certainly not as a pro. As an amateur, he lost to 1984 Olympic gold medalist Henry Tillman. That took away his opportunity to compete in the 84 Olympics in Los Angeles.
Jamison has suffered a cut over his left eye. He has a pretty bad cut just over the left eye. It's in a very bad position because if it starts bleeding profusely, it's going to go in the eye and it's going to affect his vision. I think it was opened with some of those nice uppercuts that Tyson's been throwing when he gets close to him.
Quite a contrast in conditioning here. Tyson superbly conditioned. Tyson does not have that extreme height. He's 5'11", has the huge neck, 19 3/4 inches. Tyson, the strong left to Jamison in round number 2.
Tyson is showing me at least some tremendous power. His opponent weighs 236 pounds, and he is just pushing this big guy all over the ring, pushing him away, maneuvering him into positions where he wants him to be so that he can land the best punches. He's showing me some tremendous strength in there.
And the blood on the face of Mike Jamison very evident here in the second round. Jamison this morning had a full beard. He was informed by the boxing folks here in New Jersey that would have to disappear, and it has.
Good right hand landed there, and if, as you've seen, Jamison shook his head as if to say, no, he didn't hurt me, but 99% of the time it did hurt him.
The left, the right to the side, late in the second round. Referee Joe Cortez breaking up the fighters. And Tyson just keeps coming at Mike Jamison. Mike Jamison comes out swinging against Mike Tyson. The third round. Tyson, as a pro, has rarely seen the third round.
I think Mike Tyson doesn't know the word back up. He has not taken one backward step in this fight. He has been continually pushing forward, pushing the fight, setting his type of pace.
Tyson very, very dedicated.
Vicious right hand just landed there from Mike Tyson. Jamison grabbed him, held on to him, cleared his head a little bit. A little bit of experience is starting to show here. Jamison, he knows what to do when he gets hurt.
He's done quite a bit of clutching and grabbing in the first 3 rounds. And if you were in that position, that would be a pretty good philosophy. You see the low blow, and Tyson gets a warning, and Jamison let everyone know that he'd been hit below the belt.
Yeah, a little bit showmanship there, but as you heard the response from the crowd, we've got a very pro-Tyson crowd here. They showed their disrespect for the judge's decision there. Again, Tyson just continues to bang to those ribs.
It is a pro-Mike Tyson boxing world here in the first month of 1986. They're hungry for a new heavyweight, for someone who is as aggressive as Mike Tyson. And he certainly is showing what has gotten him to a 16-0 record here tonight in the early rounds against an outmatched Mike Jamison.
A lot of holding going on right now, Ken. The Jameson's starting to feel the effects of those big punches, such as that good right hand that snuck in there. And he's starting to hold on, buy some time, clear his head. This is where the experience comes in. This is what Mike Tyson is going to have to learn to do.
There was a very quick round. Now, round number 4, as we mentioned, Tyson only once has been taken as far as the 4th round. That was in his 3rd fight as a pro. This is his 17th fight. I caught just when Jameson went into that clinch there. He's 6'4", yet he dropped his head really low and clashed heads with Mike Tyson. The referee picked it up, thinking that Jameson's intentionally trying to butt Tyson and give him the warning. This is all experience. This is what having 31 pro fights does for you. You learn all these little tricks. Mike Tyson getting tested more tonight than he usually has been, and knows that Carl the Truth Williams in mid-February will test him even further.
Yes, this will be a good tune-up fight for him. The longer it goes, the more he learns. You learn everything. You learn things from every fight that you fight in.
Mike Tyson takes 2 steps forward. Let's go with a couple of lefts. Now a right, a left. He's got him down. Mike Tyson sends Mike Jamieson to the mat here in round number 4. And very quickly, Jamieson gets up, shakes his head. Joe Cortez right there, the referee. And Jamieson wants to continue.
Watch the quick flurries that Tyson throws, Ken. He throws flurries and punches like a welterweight. It's very seldom you see a heavyweight throw a combination of 5 and 6 punches, but Mike Tyson does it.
Here he is again. The word explosive really not enough to describe the punches of Mike Tyson. At age 19, trying to extend his record to 17-0.
Mike Tyson's been noted for his finishes. They say that once he gets a guy hurt, he knows how to get him out of there, and he's going about it the right way.
Here he comes, Tyson, who wants to be a finisher like Ray Leonard, Ray Robinson, and Joe Louis, trying to finish Mike Jamieson here in the 4th round in Atlantic City. And if there is a round 5, that'll be an extremely unique position for young Mike Tyson.
Mike Tyson landed an explosive left hook there as he jumped in. I really don't know what's keeping Jamieson on his feet. He's just one tough customer.
The last half minute of the 4th round. Don Halpin took Tyson into the 4th round before he was KO'd in Tyson's 3rd pro fight. Now, Jamieson trying to extend Tyson to the 5th round here tonight.
Here we have the knockdown, Ken. You see the explosive punches he throws. A flurry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 or 8 punches. You don't see that heavyweight divisions.
That, the knockdown in the 4th round. This is live action in round 5. Mike Jamieson, the 31-year-old from Cupertino, California, near San Jose. Mike Tyson, Sports Illustrated cover boy, trying to end it here in round number 5.
Jamieson is doing at this point what I think he should have been doing from the first. Oh, he just took a right hand to the top of the head.
Down to one knee, Jamieson. Joe Cortez, the referee, with a count, and Jamieson suffering.
round number 1. Ratliff comes out quickly.
You have to see how Ratliff is going to approach this fight. Whether or not he's going to move and stick, try to stay out of harm's reach, or try to exchange punch for punch with Mike Tyson. His best bet is use that jab. Here, Ratliff is actually running. He's not actually boxing and moving and utilizing the ring.
That, of course, was the tactic of Mitch Green, one of the 2 fighters who has gone the distance with Mike Tyson.
What happens to a majority of fighters that face Mike Tyson, they are more so on the defensive. Very few fighters have taken the initiative to try to be offensive with Mike Tyson.
Well, Jose Ribalta did it, and did it actually relatively well.
Well, he's one of the few guys that was able to test the chin of Mike Tyson and exchange punch for punch with Mike Tyson. The other guys are more reluctant to stay back and just run, as Ratliff is doing here.
Yeah, so far it's a track meet. There was a right hand by Tyson, and that stopped Ratliff.
Turn him loose now.
What happens, Barry, by moving away, all you're doing is giving Mike Tyson momentum. And when you give Mike Tyson momentum, you ask for problems.
A left and a right behind it. No knockdown, says Davey Pearl. That was a slip.
All right, Mike.
And Ratliff continues on the bike.
Hold it up, no punching. Hold it up.
Ratliff's fighting this first round, Ray, like a startled fawn.
It's like he's still trying to survive, Barry. He's not boxing at all.
Turn him loose now, Lanzo. Turn him loose.
And still 30 seconds remain in round number 1.
I think that Ratliff really wants to fight Greg LeMond because he's on his bike here throughout in the Tour de France.
The jab start out good, you gotta keep up with that jab. But you cut that ring down, you understand? You got him scared, but don't let him get brave, you understand? Just a little bit. So don't throw one punch at a time. Cut the ring down, cut him down the right way, you understand? You're cutting him down with your palm a little bit. Cut him down, put the angle down quick.
That's it. You do it good, though. All right? So you got to punch at him in combination.
Take a deep breath.
Still on, stay still. Still on, stay still. Move another round and punch in combination this time. Okay?
All right.
Come on. Stay in there, Mike. Back up.
I'm wondering whether he's going to be on a 10-speed or a 12-speed in this round.
On his trunks it says Spartan, and I think that was an apt description of his performance in the first round.
Ratliff has been moving a great deal, not doing too much. What he has to do is stop ever so often and fire back, throw some punches.
Well, he threw a right hand there, but I'll tell you, he got out of there right after he threw it.
Well, what happens, Ratliff is anticipating a counterpunch from Mike Tyson.
There was a right hand by Tyson.
What Ratliff can do, because he's so tall and rangy, he can try to catch Mike Tyson reaching in. Like so. That was a good opportunity there.
And there was a left hand, and Ratliff will sit it out. short left hook.
It was
a classic punch. And Ratliff I don't think he'll get out of this round. And Tyson right on top of Alfonso Ratliff. Turn him loose. Another sign, of course, that you look for is, can the man finish? And Tyson has left little doubt about that so far. Right hand, that should be just about it. Davy Pearl looking very closely. And that's all. It's over.